what the haters talking about.
What's up, family? If you haven't done so already, after you subscribe, be sure to hit that little bell next to the subscription button so that you can get your notifications each time I drop a new video. Now, moving on. This is a story about a man by the name of Daniel Shaver, who was gunned down on the floor in the hallway of a hotel by the police after not complying to their commands. This according to the police. I was sent this story, or made aware of this story, by someone who left a message on one of my other videos on my YouTube channel. It was pretty much a dare. It went kind of like, talk about Daniel Shaver, but you won't because he's white. Normally, you can't get me to do a story by trying to pressure me. If you want me to do a story, and just send it to me. Just tell me this is what's going on and will you talk about it? And if you send it to me and I find value in the story, I'll discuss it. If I think that it's something that I can share with the audience and it's something that my audience want to check out, I'll cover the story. If I think I can bring something to it, if I think I can bring some information to the table, if I think I can bring a different perspective to the discussion, I'll discuss it. And I'm covering this because I can bring a different perspective to the discussion. Because I've been online and I've been reading a lot of what people are saying. And you can pretty much guess, what the discourse is like. Anyway, check out the video and leave your comments and I'll come back with mine.
The jury duly impaneled and sworn in the above entitled action and upon our oaths do find the defendant Philip Mitchell Brailsford on the charge of count 1, second-degree murder, not guilty.
12 News at 10 tracking new developments as a jury finds a former Mesa police officer not guilty of second-degree murder and reckless manslaughter.
Philip Brailsford accused of shooting and killing an unarmed man at a Mesa hotel in 2016 after officers were called to the scene for reports of a man pointing a rifle out of a window. Tonight, we're seeing new unredacted body cam video of the chain of events.
Team 12's Monique Griego joins us with a closer look at the video and details from court. Monique?
Caribe and Joe, up until now, the judge had withheld a large portion of the body cam video leading up to the shooting and the shooting itself. Now he's released all of it. And tonight, we've decided not to air the video of the actual shooting, but you will hear the audio.
Please do not shoot me. Then listen to my instructions. I'm trying to do what you don't talk, listen!
Newly released body cam footage reveals the moments leading up to the shooting death of Daniel Shaver by former Mesa police officer Philip Brailsford.
Your hands go back in the small of your back are down. We are going to shoot you. Do you understand me? Yes, sir. Crawl towards me. Crawl towards me!
12 News choosing not to air video of the actual shooting, which happened in January of 2016 at a Mesa hotel.
Don't talk!
All this after jurors reached a verdict.
Second-degree murder, not guilty.
Brailsford not showing much of a reaction, hearing he'd been acquitted on charges of second-degree murder and reckless manslaughter.
This case should have never been charged by Maricopa County Attorney Bill Montgomery. Not only did it damage a promising young officer's career, it gave false hope to the family of Daniel Shaver.
His attorneys not holding back when asked if they were surprised by the verdict, referencing a point in the video when Shaver appears to move his right hand towards his waistband.
When movements were made that are consistent with drawing a weapon, you have 1 second to make up your mind.
Brailsford told jurors he thought Shaver was reaching for a gun. Shaver was not armed, with a witness telling police he was pulling up his shorts.
One of the first things that stands out here is the cop's attitude. Real shitty attitude. There's a very severe possibility you're both going to get shot. You don't follow these commands. Okay, I get it. You got to try to take control of the situation. He said he shot dude because he was reaching. I give him that. He was reaching. For what, I don't know. But he was reaching. Now, let's get it on out there. Y'all know damn well if that had been a black man and he was reaching, that would have been case closed. Because when these type of things happen to a black person, people immediately try to find an excuse, anything to get the officer off the hook, so that people can get off the brakes and go on about their business, go on with their life. Just like they're looking for an excuse for the officer, looking for it. But in this situation, the excuse is actually right there in front of you. He has a perfect excuse, but people are just ignoring the excuse. I mean, if he had been a black person, I would have said the same thing. Reaching like that, I would have said the same thing. I would have hoped he wouldn't just kill the dude, but because of their protocol, the way they operate, man, you know they gonna walk. Any kind of movement, any kind of subtle movement, you out of here, man. Hell, you don't even have to make a movement sometimes. They gonna kill you. It's like, dude, like pretty much was like, had already made, seemed like he kind of made his mind up, like he wanted to do some killing. Now, that was one dude giving commands, and then the other guy is the one that shot him. You had one guy telling him what to do, then another guy who squeezed the trigger. Based on their protocol, the way they operate, any kind of motion, any kind of little activity whatsoever, they got you. They'll gun you down and they will walk. As they have in the last, I don't know how many thousands of cases where they've killed black people, I don't know. They walk. Now you got a white person in that position, gunned down, unarmed. And people say, well, why didn't you use a taser? A lot of times they just don't say that when somebody black get killed. But in this case, why didn't you use a taser? Why didn't you just put him on the ground and then, once he was on the ground, walk up to him and put the cuffs on him and arrest him? What was all of that about? Hey, man, I feel you. But this goes back to what we always say. What you do to the least of my brothers and sisters, you do to me. And if you're not doing it to me yet, you will be doing it to me. Directly, you will be doing it to me. Because each time one of these cops get off, the others become more emboldened. And when people don't speak out, just because that person is of a different ethnicity from them, when they don't speak out about it, silence is consent. That means that you agree with what happened. So it's coming around. Been saying it for a long time, man. These cops gonna start killing white folks too. They're gonna start killing unarmed white people. And then it's gonna be a different story. Now all you gotta do is get online and you can see some of these conservative posts that are normally going in, looking for an excuse when a black person get killed, are just consistently hundreds of messages in a row where they're all in support of the victim. Typically, if that person was black, exact same set of circumstances, the comments would be very different. It would be like, hey, man, follow the law. One black, 8. One less black, 8. Anything. They just come with all kind of things. The victim of I bet he got a single mother. One less, just all kind of stuff, just all kind of excuses. Follow the law, and you won't have that problem. What was he doing with guns in his rooms, even if they weren't real guns? Was he doing it with guns in their room? Hey, we got to keep the public safe. Just all kind of excuses. So, yes, I'm glad you brought that to my attention. I'm glad that the person who sent this to me, and I know you're watching it, I'm glad you brought that to my attention because I wanted to bring it to everybody else's attention. The double standard, the clear double standard. Did he have to shoot dude? I don't think he had to shoot him. No, he didn't have to shoot him. They didn't have to shoot the other thousands and thousands of people, many of the thousands of people they've shot in the past. But anything, man, to get off, man, when you had them cops out there doing target practice, man, A lot of them, man, they can't wait to see the real action. They can't wait to try it out on a real human being. No one is better at killing Americans than Americans. All of that word about ISIS and stuff, man, you stand a better chance of getting killed by the police than you stand of getting killed by a terrorist, a foreign terrorist, or even a domestic terrorist, any of them. Well, no, not domestic terrorists. We got a lot of those. A lot of them. And they ain't from no foreign country. They homegrown right here. I invite anyone who watched that video to tell me, when you see dude reaching, did you not think he was not going to get shot? Honestly. The police gave some inconsistent commands though. Like the way he was yelling out the commands, it was very confusing. Dude was like, put your hands up, cross your legs, now crawl to me. I implore anybody to try to do that. When's the last time you seen somebody with their hands up, crawling with their legs crossed? And on top of that, the dude was inebriated. It's crazy. Now, the girl, she followed protocol. Well, actually, she didn't follow it to the T because she did crawl with her hands up. She crawled with her hands up. But she did not crawl with her legs crossed. This dude, when he said crawl, I mean, it's a person's natural instinct. Even if you do say get your hands up, if you say crawl, then you start crawling. You put your hands on the floor and you start crawling. But that ain't what got him killed. The reaching, he did this. He reached. I don't know what the hell he was reaching for. They say he didn't have a gun on him. I don't know why he reached. I don't know what the hell he was thinking. But he reached and dude took him out. Crazy. Only thing I can think of that the reason for them not walking up to the dude is that they were trying to make sure they stayed out of the way of the apartment. I mean, not the apartment, but the room where somebody else, another suspect, could have possibly been inside or right around that corner, like waiting to ambush them or something. So they was trying to stay clear of that. But if you look at what they've been doing to black people, unarmed black people, they've killed unarmed black people for less movement, for no movement at all. So now they finally are making their way around to killing white folks with a little bit more frequency, unarmed white people, with a little bit more frequency than they have in the past. They always thought somebody was reaching for a gun. That's their number one excuse, man. They gonna walk. When they say that, they out of here, man. They finna walk. They getting up out of here. Maybe if the police continue to kill white people, maybe the DOJ will finally step in and make some sweeping changes. Then again, maybe not. At least not this DOJ. No more talk.
What the haters talking about?